All right, we have a quorum. Thank everyone for being here. We'll call this meeting to order at 6:01. The first thing on our agenda is our monthly building awards. And we'll start with high school and Miss Megan.
Our monthly award this month goes to someone who does a big job for this district, and not just one big job, but several big jobs. And I see the look that she's giving me right now, but in all honesty, I don't think that our district could survive even one single day without her. And so I wanted to make sure to recognize her for all of her hard work. I know. All of her hard work and dedication, and not only does she put kids first, but she's just an outstanding educator and friend too. So our May Teacher of the Month goes to Miss Stivers.
Thank you, Ms. Stivers.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll pick up the, here's, is that her coming back in? Yeah, here comes.
She's waiting, holding the door open.
Yeah, she's holding the door open, so hang on just 1 second and we'll go with the elementary building awards. All right, at this time, we'll move into the elementary building awards with Dr. Bratton.
Yes, you may.
All right, the first building award I want to give is our Staff of the Month. This teacher has been such a wonderful person to work with this year. Transitioning from kindergarten to sixth grade is no small task, but she has truly found where she belongs. Her dedication to learning the material, teaching it effectively, and working tirelessly to close learning gaps through targeted interventions has made tremendous impact on her students. That hard work was clearly reflected in the significant growth our entire grade level showed on testing this year. Not only is this teacher a fabulous teacher, but she is also an incredible friend and colleague. She's always there when we need her, dependable, loyal, encouraging, and able to make us laugh on even the most stressful days. Her positive attitude and genuine care for both students and coworkers make her such a blessing to our team, and I know our students would agree that she is truly deserving of Staff of the Month. And that goes to Miss Courtney Thrift.
Thank you.
Can you take our picture, Megan? On my phone.
What was it? 68%?
Yeah, I'll tell it in a little bit.
From 6 to 68. Listen to her. She's so good.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you.
We have one student we're waiting on. All right. This student is being nominated by Chief Frank as Student of the Month. This student truly deserves this recognition because she's an outstanding student both in and out of the classroom. At school, she consistently works hard, gives her best effort, and sets a wonderful example for others through her positive attitude and dedication to learning. She's respectful, responsible, and always willing to help those around her. Outside of school, this student has a servant's heart, and it shines through her volunteer work at the Mission of Hope Pantry, where she gives her time to help families in the community. Her kindness, leadership, and compassion in such a young girl make a lasting impact on everyone she meets. We are incredibly proud of Olivia and thankful for the way she represents our school and community each day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
We'll have to wait on my last one. Her grandparents are here, and she's playing softball, so she should be like any time here.
No problem.
I'm not gonna miss it.
All right. All right, at this time, we'll move into our public comment portion of the meeting. We now open our meeting up for public comments. This is a designated time for community members to address the board on matters before us. We welcome your inputs and encourage you to speak respectfully and professionally to avoid making statements about specific students or district staff members, since the board only takes action regarding specific students or district staff members based upon recommendations from the superintendent. Your comments will be recorded in our minutes, and while we value your perspective, please understand that the opinions expressed by the members of the public do not necessarily reflect the views of the board. Our first speaker on the agenda is Ms. Brenda. I ask you to please share with the board if you live in our district, or parent, guardian of a student or a staff member, and then at that time, your 3 minutes will begin. Thank you, Ms. Brenda.
Yes, I do live in the district, and I'm a grandparent. Good evening. I'm going to use my notes because I'm not a burst speaker, and I have several points I would like to address. Having said that, thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to speak tonight. I've already spoken to some of you, but I would like to address the board as a whole. I want to speak on my concerns for safety, emotional well-being, and the educational environment of students, and both students and the staff in one of our kindergarten classes this year. We have had an ongoing situation involving behaviors having repeatedly resulted in physical harm to other students and staff members, as well as frequent disruptions to classroom instructions. These incidents have involved hitting, kicking, throwing objects, screaming, all of which are unsafe behaviors that have caused evacuation and interrupted learning. This has created fear and anxiety among our children and adults alike. It's never a good thing to pick your kindergarten up and them beg to not to have to go back to school, or for them, you drop them off and they beg not to go to school. But I want to make this very clear. I believe that every child deserves compassion, support, and access to an appropriate education. I also understand that some students have significant behavior and emotional needs. However, the rights of one child cannot continually come at the expense of the safety of the entire classroom. 5 and 6-year-olds, our kindergarten students, are at a critical stage socially, emotionally, and academically. They should be in an environment where they feel safe, secure, and protected. This is not happening right now. These students are feeling stress, fear, and interrupted instruction on a regular basis. By this, I mean daily, sometimes multiple times a day. Teachers and staffs are also being put in situations where they are expected to manage dangerous behaviors while trying to protect and educate the rest of the class. I'll give it to the educators. They're doing everything they can possibly do. They care deeply for these students, and they want the students to succeed, but they cannot make this happen without appropriate support, resources, and a consistent plan of action in place that works for all the children. So I asked the Carlisle School Board and the district leaders the following. Moving forward, as this school year ends, and we have struggled all year long with this entire situation, we make a commitment for the next school year, that ensuring the safety of all students and staff remain our highest priority. Provide adequate behavioral and mental health support for students with severe needs, and recognize the educational impact repeated disruptions have on the entire classroom. This issue is not about blaming a child or blaming a family. It's about acknowledging the current situation is not sustainable for anyone involved. Students cannot learn effectively in chaos, and staff cannot continue to operate in a crisis mode every day.
Thank you, Miss Brenda.
Thank you, Ms. Brenda.
Do elementary. Finish elementary real quick.
Okay. Yeah, we'll finish the elementary building awards real quick.
All right, I'm going to read off a few things that were typed up and written and sent to me for this student. So this student is consistently doing what she is asked to do. She stays in her seat and is always ready to learn. This student works hard in her class every day, and she does her best at everything she does. She is a great helper to her other classmates and is always willing to help out a friend. She's a role model to other students in her class and sets a great example for others around her. She is such a joy to have in class and is such a sweet girl. This student is a well-rounded girl. She's so kind to everyone she comes in contact with. She's the biggest helper to her teacher and her classmates. She does great academically and wants to do her best at everything she does. She made great growth on the Atlas test and is always giving 100% at everything she does. She's very respectful and participates so well in class. This student is always on her A game. London is the perfect example of an all-around good student. She does her very best at everything she does. She excels academically and is such a good friend to her peers. She's such a big helper to her friends and her teachers. She is always willing to go above and beyond on every task given. She has excellent grades and has scored great again on her Atlas test. And Miss Smith has enjoyed having her in class this year. All right. So our student of the month is London Riggs.
Good job.
Good job.
At this time, the parents, y'all can leave if you would like to. Thank you, all y'all for coming.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Durant, you get that from you? Of course.
All right, at this time, we'll move back into the public comments. Our second speaker on the agenda is Ms. Kim Summerfield. Once again, I would ask you to please state if you are a resident of our district, a parent or guardian of a student or a staff member, and then your time will begin and you will have 3 minutes. Thank you, ma'am.
Is it on?
You won't hear it in here.
Hi, my name is Kim Summerford. I do not live in the district. We school choice our daughter to the school. She's in kindergarten, and we've kind of bypassed a lot of the situations that Miss Brenda spoke about until last week. I'd heard about them, but had not experienced them. When this child hit my daughter in the back of her neck while at recess, and that was after hitting 2 other children in just a matter of a couple of minutes. I talked to the principal. I've talked to Mr. Green. I talked to her teachers. It's just a situation that can't go on. She loves school, and then this week it's been impossible trying to get her to go to school. She don't want to. She don't want to be around this kid. So I'm just kind of reiterating, you know, what she said, that we can't sacrifice all of them for one. You know, I mean, I know things have to be done for the one, but, you know, there's 40, 50 other kids losing out because of one. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Kim. Then ask, I mean, y'all are more than welcome to stay. Okay.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank
y'all
you.
for coming.
Thank both of you. All right, at this time, we'll move into approval of our previous minutes from the April 13th board meeting. You have those in your packet.
Move to accept.
I second.
All right, Adam made a motion to accept the minutes as previously regular scheduled meeting on 4/13. Ms. Sherry seconded that motion. All in favor? Opposed? That motion carries 7-0. Previous expenditures.
I will say one thing I am finally glad about is on the sheet that we're always looking at, it starts with 1,000, 2,000, but the state school safety grant money, we
Yeah.
finally got that corrected, so we should be getting that in and getting that taken care of.
Good.
Other than that, you can kind of just see where they're at, the rest of everything is out there. The 21st century, that's still federal money, and all the Title I and the two negatives there, those are still federal monies. So. And I'll talk more about here in a minute, but you can see where the ending balance of the child nutrition is again at 25,206. So definitely a good thing.
Make a motion, we approve the previous expenditures.
Second.
All right, Ms. Megan made a motion to I can't talk tonight. Accept the previous expenditures as presented. Whitney seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 7-0. We'll move into administrative reports with the district reports.
The first thing I put, I think it's in right beside your packets.
The single sheet.
Yeah, it's a single sheet, and this is just a kind of a. You see it?
Do that. The insurance one?
So
Is it
what?
this one?
Yeah. So what you're looking at here is APSRC puts out the thing for school districts that use them. That gives you, because our insurance money is changing next year. So this year, at the beginning of the school year, they gave us, I guess $8,162, and then I think in November, December, January, what month was it when they started taking that back from that, or we had to start paying more for insurance? So January, we started having to pay into insurance. So you see there where it says foundation per student. That drop, that $125 drop, is going to be what we won't be paying insurance next year. They'll just be taking it out automatically. Yeah. So what you're seeing there is you're going to see our enrollment for the second year in a row. We're projected to grow again. So we're projected to be at 5 more kids at the end of the school, or for our third quarter ADM. But you can see where the foundational funding is going down. It's still way above what it was before. It's just they're taking that insurance portion out of it. But simply put, you can look over all these numbers, but if you look at the far right box right here, this is really the boxes I want you to look at. So you'll see our ADM changes 5 more. We're losing $125 for foundational funding. Again, that's going to be covered out of insurance. The foundational funding is $34,000 difference. Teacher equalization fund, which has been schools have been getting teacher equalization for a long time, and they're going to start phasing it out. And I don't know what the percentage is, if you remember, if they've said it. But we're gonna get, for I think the next 3 to 4 years, they're just gonna start phasing that money out completely. But you can see that we're $85 is what we're down there. Then expenditures, so we're gonna end up expending 133,000 more, but total change, so we'll actually see $46,000 more next school year with the foundational funding and the insurance and all that, how it's working, plus the 5 extra kids. So that was one of the things I wanted to make sure y'all could see, because I think this is a good graph here that this company that we use does for us, so I wanted y'all to see that first, just to kind of give an idea of where we'll be looking at next year.
But we're not actually losing foundational funds. It's
We're-
but the insurance piece is, instead of us paying it, they're taking it off the top
Off
to
the
pay
top,
it.
we never see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
And that was in the last, not this fiscal session, but the legislative
Yeah,
session that
legislative,
changed that. Okay.
and then going through all of our stuff as I always go at the end of April, we have, year-to-date in all accounts, we have spent this April, $7,640,512. Last April, we spent $7,746,227. So we're still, have spent 105,000 less. That's including the loans, and we finally paid off our, should say paid off. We finally paid the, last payment for the Dawson Co-op for ALE. So that's kind of why we hit a big chunk out of that there. All accounts revenue, so we've made, we have had more revenue, $303,604 more in revenue. That is not counting the loans that we took out for the HVAC units. So that's $303,604 in all accounts, so that's every account we have. Operating fund, ending balance last April was 1.384825. At the end of this April was 1,634,785. So we're up $249,960 more than what we were at the end of last April. And again, that's our operating, so that's our CDs included in that, and our operating budget. So our foundational, our building fund is not included in that number. So our total balance and the building fund is included in this number. At the end of last April fiscal year, we were $3,153,041, and at this time we are $3,562,887. So it's $409,846 more dollars that we have. But also, I always continue to take out the last loan, the last HVAC payment, which we just made. So you'll see it in May. We just made the last payment on it. So we're $180,346 ahead of what we were at last year. And again, that's all funds, everything that we have. Then child nutrition. Again, we talked about that total balance of $25,206. So at the end of April this year, we're $68,700 ahead of where we were at the end of April last year, because we were pretty good in the negative already last year. We've received $21,171 more dollars year to date in revenue, and then expenditures year to date, we've spent $45,282 less in revenue or in expenditures for the year. So again, I keep bragging on them because they keep doing a good job. And I don't know if y'all heard us talking before we started. The child nutrition is getting taken over by the Department of Agriculture. Is that right?
Arkansas Department of Agriculture, yes.
And we had our first Zoom the other day, and I know I was on it, Ms. Consuelo was on it, and Ms. Sager was on it. And there's a lot of things that are changing with this now. So we're going to learn the new ropes, and we'll continue to go on the way we're going. So, but again, we've done a good job, and it's everybody in the district. It's you guys. It's everybody that's pushed us along and getting us out of a bad spot we were at 2 years ago. So.
Go ahead.
No, well, I was going to ask you. I know there was talk, that the free breakfasts were kind of the first step, and that we thought maybe it would turn into free lunches as well for everyone. Is that still
I still
thought, or?
I personally, you may be able to answer more now because you're probably kind of in it now a little bit, but I personally think that's still the pathway it's going. But that talk is not started yet.
Okay.
No, not till the 27 session. Would that be on the table? And it just depends on where the priorities for spending are across the board with education. But speaking of the free reduced lunch piece, so going into we're getting ready to end the school year, so we'll go into another one, and the free and reduced lunch piece starts over July 1, correct? And then that's the run through to make sure that anybody that's eligible is there, but that 70% number is
Which,
a number
you know,
we need to hit again.
when we talked about, I'm glad you brought that up, because we will start receiving a portion of our free and reduced lunch stuff going forward for next year. So we'll get that, it's phased in 3 years. So we'll get a portion of that. So that'll be that much more extra money that we receive that we can use. So that is a good thing. But yeah.
All right. Ms. Coleman with the district treasurer report.
Well, insurance, is that more or less than what we used to pay?
I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
The insurance that you were talking about, that's insurance.
The district was paying $298, which is the state required $234.50. So we were paying above what the state required, which kind of helped us in a bit because when the payment went up to $350, so we were hovering around maybe right at $60, almost $70,000 more versus almost $100,000 more, or almost $1 million more than other schools. So that helped us by paying the $298. And again, like the state, January 1, it went to $350. And so our second June payment is when we will start, the state will start taking over for us, paying the insurance. Now, our foundational funding was originally $522,417. And then once, the year started, it's slowly decreasing, just like Coach said. So right now we're receiving $522,390 a month in our foundational funding. And our teacher equalization, we receive yearly $113,388, and that's what they're going to start phasing out slowly. So we'll see that number slowly going away over the next few years.
What's their reasoning for that?
For the state foundation,
For the
teacher equalization, because
I think, and this is only what I'm only speculating, because I haven't really heard an exact answer, but when they raised the foundational funding up, because they raised it a significant amount 2 years ago in the legislative session. And that was just one of those deals, it was a give or take, they were gonna raise it, but they were also gonna
still
take
do away
something
with.
back. Again, that's not an official answer, but that is the gist of what we've been told.
Yes.
And that equalization means for like a smaller school district? does it
It's
catch
supposed
up?
to help you pay, yes.
Which are teachers'
salaries.
salaries. Mhm.
What it is.
It kind of giving assistance to your teacher salaries.
So it's more of a hit for small schools than it is for big
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Not really.
It's not, I
It's a
do
give or
agree with-
take.
I 100% agree with that statement, yes.
Yeah. And also with our safety grant, we received a portion of that. We received $98.53 of that safety grant. So we should be receiving the rest of the remaining $51,000. So hopefully by the end of this month, we should recover all our funds from the safety grant. That's pretty much the gist of what we have right now. So, but I just want you to understand, especially with the foundational funding and how the insurance is being phased. Now, all school districts right now will still be responsible for the FICA part of the insurance. So right now, that responsibility still lies with the districts. They were talking about maybe within the next year or so phasing that out, and then EBD just assuming all of that. But right now, the insurance part, the $350, the state will pick up, but the FICA part, the districts are still responsible for.
You know what we pay in FICA?
About $720. We're averaging around about 720.
Anybody got any other questions for Ms. Coleman? Thank you, Ms. Coleman. We'll move into our building reports with elementary with Dr. Bratton.
All right, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about some of the things that we have this month going on. So Wednesday, we're going to have 6th grade park day, and kindergarten is going to go on a field trip, and that will be on campus. We're going to have several bouncy houses. And then Thursday, we have a 2nd grade field trip. Friday, we have at 9 o'clock kindergarten graduation in the cafeteria. Monday, we have 6th grade graduation at 9 o'clock in the cafeteria. And then we get out Tuesday at 12:30. Last week, we celebrated our teachers. And please give me grace if I forget someone. I hope I do not. On Monday, PTS provided us with a whole bunch of snacks and drinks. And then my sister made 2 cookie cakes for the teachers. Her business is called Cookielicious. And then Tuesday, Nix was so gracious to donate sandwiches. We had pork sandwiches and lots of good things there. And then Wednesday, Cadence Bank sponsored us with the shed. And then Thursday, Lone Oak Co-op, we had Taylor's. They sponsored us with Taylor's. And then the Methodist Church sponsored us with Chick-fil-A. And then Friday, our Bailey Educational Group, they gave us several goodie baskets. And then Miss Sherry, I know she gave us several desserts. And I know there were various ladies who helped with that. And then Miss Diana Sumner, I know, was one too. Miss Sherry, am I missing somebody? Pardon? Am I missing somebody that also helped with desserts and things like that? I don't think so. Okay. And then Coach Roundtree, he sponsored us with the pink mixers. Allison Jones, which is one of our parents, and then Regina Owens is a grandparent, and then Joseph and Rachel Hardkey, and then Chambers Health and Rehab gave us a beautiful balloon arch that was there today at the pre-K graduation. So I just want to thank our whole entire community, because when I reached out, they were so graciously just to provide us with so much. And I'm very thankful for that, because our teachers truly enjoyed it, and we ate a lot last week. I want to go on and brag on our teachers. So this is from our last interim. We had kindergarten showed 90% growth in math and 80% growth in ELA. And then 1st grade achieved 93% in math, with 29 students moving up an entire performance level. And we're still waiting on our ELA results, because due to AI grading, the state has pulled our ELA results. And so 2nd grade reached 90% growth in math, with 20 students moving up a level, and their ELA scores were pulled as well. 3rd grade, this is where we saw 71% growth in ELA, with 11 students moving up a level. And I just want to really give a shout out to our teachers in 3rd grade too, because we began this year with 22 level 1s. And this is all, how I've talked about 3rd grade promotion and what we have to do with that, and looking at retaining or promoting on good cause exemptions. We reduced that number to 9, and one of those students we just got 2 weeks ago. And so several of those students, literally half of those students, were 1 to 3 points off, in which they're going to get a retake, which will not be factored into our letter grade, but still, they were so close. And so there are several of them too who are promoted on a good cause exemption, just kind of putting that into play too, because they've had a lot of life challenges. And so math, 3rd grade achieved 81% growth, and 24 students moved up a level. In science, 76% growth, with 18 students moving up a level. 4th grade, we had 51% growth in ELA, with 9 students moving up a level. And math, 4th grade, 79% growth, with 31 students moving up a level. With science, 58% growth, with 14 students moving up a level. And 5th grade, they reached 92% growth in math, 24 students moving up a level. ELA showed 79% growth, with 18 students moving up a level. Science achieved 65% growth, with 7 students moving up a level. And then 6th grade, we had 63% growth in ELA, 16 students moving up a level, 81% growth in math, with 23 students moving up a level, and 48% growth in science, with 10 students moving up a level. And this is just from the last test that we took, and so that was just a few months ago, but we have showed significant growth throughout the whole entire year. And I just want to give a huge shout out to our teachers and our students and our whole entire building, because it takes us all as a team for this growth. And then just in the achievement category for our letter grade, correct me if I'm wrong, right, Mr. Green? We have already, I think we were like 75 points off from a B, so we don't have the other two areas. You know, we won't have those till closer around probably September, maybe. But we have already improved 25 points in the achievement area. And so we're like, I would say about 50 points off from possibly being a B, which that's totally doable, because one of the areas is your level 3 and your level 4s and what you have there for growth. And then that's factored in your letter grade. And then also those students that moved up to another level. And we had several students, even one of his children, that moved from a 1 to a 4.
No, he wasn't four.
Right?
He was a three.
A 3.
Come on,
3.
give him
But we,
credit. Come on, come on.
but we do have several that have literally, I mean, moved from a 1 to a 4, and that's significant.
So, so that means we're gonna get, like, we'll take my son, even though he wasn't a 4, he was not. I was just happy as the lark, he was a 3. But, so like, I could use him because he's my own kid, but, so we'll get the achievement for a level 3, we'll get the growth, and we'll get the lowest 25. So kids like that went from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, we're gonna get multiplied 3 times. So those kids are gonna, kudos to all of them, so.
Mm-hmm. And it helps too when you bribe them a little bit with the Topgolf. And one of the things that we did, I don't know if I talked about this in the last meeting, but we did this all across the board, is because like when I was in school, we did these little coupons, and each day, you got a coupon for effort. And so we had a big ice cream party. And so all these things, I just want to say that, education's not what it used to be. And even from an administrative, standpoint, but our teachers have, given it everything they've got every day. And so I'm very thankful for that and proud to be a Bison.
Thank you, Dr. Bratton. Does anybody want to?
It was my first time to go to when the seniors come back and walk through the halls in elementary. I know it's probably going on for a while, but I think that's a really neat thing for the young kids and the older kids that go through. Thought the kids were really receptive and cheered and high-fived and all. I think it's a cool thing.
What my plan is, if I can get it all in, is to have the 6th graders walk through and do that.
Yeah.
And we make it and you'll see it on our Facebook.
Thank you, Dr. Bratton. Ms. Aukus will be the high school building report.
Yeah, so going to start off with Teacher Appreciation Week. Last week was wonderful, as it always is. I had several parents come to school, donate desserts for Monday. Tuesday we had Miss, oh my gosh, my mind's, your mother-in-law. Miss Janet, yes, thank you. Bring cinnamon rolls, and then Miss Jody Martin, who's a former CES teacher, and Mom of Brody. Do what? No, and she also brought cheese dip and salsa and chips for the teachers, and then PTS brought snacks and drinks. On Wednesday, Miss Mandy Castleberry brought our teachers donuts, and she also is a sub up there, so that was really nice of her to do that. Thursday, which was also the day of the regional tournament, I bought ice cream and root beers and Cokes and Dr. Peppers, and we had a float party with the ones that were there anyway. And then Friday, Coach Roundtree helped cater the elementary and the high school with Miss Ann's chicken spaghetti and a salad and rolls, and so we're just super grateful for the community who decided to, or who wanted to help out with Teacher Appreciation Week. As far as the high school goes, 6 days left, but who's counting, right? We had 6th grade crossover today, which is always a big deal for those 6th graders because they get to get a little taste of what it's like to be in the big building. They had lots of questions, and we tried to give them good answers. So this group that we have coming over from 6th grade is a pretty big group, so we're excited about getting some more kids in the building. We have the AccuPlacer scheduled for for Wednesday of this week. So if you are unaware, to take concurrent classes, you have to have either the ACT score to be able to take that course, or you have to have the equivalent on the AccuPlacer. And so we have PCCUA and ASUBB. We partner with both of those institutes of higher education, and they come down and give that test for us for the kids who want to take it. So we've got, I think, 10 kids that are taking it this Wednesday. The athletic banquet is tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We also have a handbook committee meeting on Friday, so we'll be getting all of that together. We'll be looking at academic policies and several little minute changes that we need to make, just wordings and things like that. And I don't have any real big discipline changes this year to the handbook, so you'll be looking at that next board meeting. Graduation is on the 17th, so this Sunday at 3. And then on Monday, the next Monday, we have an FFA banquet. And then our last day is Tuesday, May 19th. We get out at 12:30. And then the class of 2027 senior pictures are the very next following day. So we're trying to get things rolling here. As far as our Atlas scores for this year, so this is unlike any other thing that we've ever done. We've got scores back like super duper quick. So I actually have snuck into your folders on the very, very back, the very last page, Atlas scores, and I've kind of did a little comparison there from 2025 to 2026. And I'll let you take just a minute to look at those. What I'd like for you to notice is kind of the yellow boxes. And the first two boxes are in math. So we went 49%, which was 98 kids, to 71 in level 1, which is great growth right there for sure. And then we've had in the ELA section, that's pretty consistent there. Those numbers aren't too far off from one another. And then science, the numbers, the level 1s went from 44 to 27, so those are good numbers. 21% level 3 to 31%, so 32 to 45 kids, which is great growth right there too. And this is obviously all of the grades added in together. This is not separate. And I've got that information too, and I can get that to you, but it's easier to look at it this way. Not so much information.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome. It's easier to have. I always need something to look at.
And mine is all in your email. I sent you all an email. So you have it too.
You good, Meg?
Yes, sir, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, any questions? I'm sorry. I was just giving you a second to look.
Anybody have any questions for Ms. Aukus?
Growth is growth.
Absolutely.
Very proud of all of our students
Yeah,
and our
me too.
teachers for their hard work this year.
Yeah.
I will add to that, just so that y'all know, I think we had 3 kids that were dismissed from special education because they went from a level 1 to a level 3
That's awesome.
in one or both areas, so I don't know how to.
That's great growth for those kiddos.
Yeah.
Amazing,
You
yeah.
know, they've got extra difficulties on top of everything else they're dealing with, and our teachers have done a really good job with them. That's where a lot of our growth is coming from, is our kids that are identified, our teachers are really working with them really hard.
And those, that lowest 25%, they're going to count. They're going to double, sometimes triple. So we have to really make sure that we're hitting those kids hard. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Alrighty.
Thank you to everyone. And at this time, we will move into executive session at 6:45. All right, we will return from executive session at 7:17. We'll move into personnel and certified resignation.
The first resignation, I'm gonna recommend you approve the resignation of Ashley Gwynn as an elementary teacher effective the end of the 2025-26 school year.
I make the motion.
Second.
All right, Sherry made a motion to accept the resignation of Ms. Ashley Gwynn as elementary teacher effective for the end of the 25-26 school year. Megan seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
The second is, I'm gonna recommend you approve the resignation of Dr. Hope Bratton as the elementary principal effective at the end of the 25-26 school year.
Motion. Second.
All right, Adam made a motion to accept the resignation of Dr. Hope Bratton as elementary principal effective at the end of the 25-26 school year. Whitney seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Dr. Bratton, for all you've done, and good luck. Yep. All right, we'll move into certified hires.
The first, I'm gonna recommend you approve an offer of acceptance to Miss Joey Persons as an elementary teacher for the 2026-27 school year. She'll be coming to us from Stuttgart with great praise from her building administrator and superintendent. So I'm looking forward to her.
I make the motion to approve.
Second.
All right, Sherry made a motion to approve the offer and acceptance of Jovi Persons as elementary teacher effective for the 26-27 school year. Adam seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
The next is another offer of acceptance. I'd like to recommend offer of acceptance to Miss Mallory Singleton as an elementary teacher for the 26-27 school year. As most of you know, she's a Carlisle graduate, and she'll be coming to us from Hazen Elementary with, again, great praise from all of her admin staff.
Make a motion.
Second.
All right, Whitney made a motion to approve the offer and acceptance of Miss Mallory Singleton as elementary teacher effective for the 26-27 school year. Mandy seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 7-0.
The next teacher is, I'm going to recommend you approve an offer of acceptance to Miss Debbie Chance as an elementary teacher for the 2026-27 school year. Miss Chance is living in Texas now, had a 21-year career there, and is going to be moving back here to Carlisle as she's married a gentleman from Carlisle. So a lot of regional awards academically that she's won in that area of Texas. So I'm excited about what she can bring to us this year.
I'll make the motion.
A second.
All right, I made a motion to approve the offer and acceptance of Miss Debbie Chance as elementary teacher effective for the 26-27 school year. Mandy seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
And the last hire for this meeting, I'm going to recommend you approve an offer of acceptance to Coach Doug Shaded, which is going to be the new defensive coordinator, and he's going to be the strength and conditioning coach for our entire athletic program. Coach Shaded is going to be coming to us from Sylvan Hills, where he's been the last 5 years. Coach Harrison's worked with him, so I know that they have a really good relationship, and he is a very high-energy guy, and I am looking forward to, I know all the guys I've known that have been high energy have been great defensive-minded guys, so I'm looking forward to what he brings to our, not only our football program, but our entire athletic program.
Make a motion.
A second.
All right, Whitney made a motion to approve the offer and acceptance of Doug Shaded as defensive coordinator and strength and conditioning coach for the entire athletic program for the 26-27 school year. Mandy seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 7-0. We're moving to new business.
All right, the first is an interventionist stipend. I'm going to recommend you approve a $1,500 interventionist stipend be added to our district stipends. This year, Dr. Bratton used some of our interventionists in a way that we've not ever used them before. And I 100%, I think Dr. Bratton, you probably agree that really tremendously helped you and helped our district grow. So this stipend will be put into the district stipends, but it will only be used if that person is used above and beyond what they're already getting paid to do.
Okay.
What are we running on stipends district-wide? Like how much?
I can get it to you. I don't know. Like, you talking about just what how
Like
many-
just what, cause I know like just different things have stipends, and we'll get to another one later on in
Yeah.
the agenda, and I just wanted to kinda know how it compares overall to, like, I know there's the cheer, I mean, like those stipends. Yeah.
we can get
If we have a list of what those stipends are, I'm just,
You want a list of, you want a
Yes.
list of stipends and who has those stipends?
I don't even need to know
just want
who,
the
just a
total dollar.
list, or total dollar amount
I
and
get-
like,
we can-
and what they are. I'm just curious as to what all we see stipend, and I just wanna understand what that is. Right, I just wanna just see what we have.
What is a normal head coach stipend, what does that normally run?
Well, our head coach stipend here is $3,000, but on average, I'd say typically $9,000 to $10,000 is what like a head football coach usually makes.
What, so, the track, Coach Johnson's done a really good job with the
Yeah.
track. What is his stipend?
I think we raised it last year or the year before to, I think it's 2,000. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2,000.
But what is our Dina student stipend at, like 2,500?
Elementary's 2,000.
Can we look at that next meeting?
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
just
we can have it all
overall,
for you.
look at that.
And before then, too, also you can go on our website and they're all on that.
Gotcha.
But we can bring everything to you.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, I made a motion to approve the $1,500 intervention stipend to be added to our district stipend effective for the 26-27 school year. Whitney seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
All right, the next one is our ALE Hub contract with Dawson Educational Cooperative. I'm going to recommend that you approve an MOU with Dawson Educational Cooperative for the 2026-27 school year at the cost of $244,650. And again,
224.
Hazen has withdrawn from it, so it'll be us and Lone Oak. And we're also going to start an elementary ALE for 10 total students, and we just got to split it up to where it'll work out for Lone Oak and us, which Lone Oak will have more spots than what we will. So,
That's what I was just about to ask, what that kind of,
and Lone Oak pays us.
Right.
We just pay the direct amount to.
Yeah.
Do they feel like they will use an elementary
Yeah,
ALE?
Lone Oak was 100% for it.
So what happened to
grades-
Hazen?
They're going to do one on their own campus.
is the
Elementary is going to be K6.
Yeah.
And Dawson has already got it. They were just waiting on us approval, but they've already got 2 people on the hook to be the K6 direct. I don't want to say director because Coach Rowland will still be the director of the ALE through Dawson. But they'll have a behavior specialist, and then they'll have a teacher, I guess is what we would call it.
motion.
I'll second the motion.
All right, Megan made a motion to approve the MOU with Dawson Education Cooperative for the ALE Hub in the amount of $224,650 effective for the 26-27 school year. Ms. Sherry seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
This next one is communication and branding coordinator. If y'all approve this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up across our district to let people apply for this position. Now, like what I've said here is I think this is an important position, especially in this day and age with students being able to go kind of wherever they want, wherever moms and dads want them to go, or grandmas. And I think those people that are winning that social media battle and communication battle are winning those students. And, a school, and I'll just say it, the schools that you see really pushing themselves out there across all avenues are the schools that are growing. And I think, and I'm talking, this person they'd be doing it from athletics all the way down to kindergarten and pre-K, getting our stories out to everybody. But like I said, I think with education is the wild, wild west now, and I think you have to do everything that you possibly can to get your name out there, to get these people to want to be interested in your district.
What qualifications or what qualifiers are you gonna look for?
Well, I haven't really got that far yet, but I think one, obviously, is social media skills, computer skills.
About marketing.
I mean, marketing will be definitely one of them, because you're going to be able to market the district.
I mean, are you thinking they utilize like student photographers or like East and videography or?
I think East, but I think videography is a big thing, especially if you start seeing a lot of the larger schools now are doing a lot of that stuff.
Well, I never,
TikTok,
Yeah.
yeah.
saw school choice for us.
We never did the video. We just did still pictures, I should say.
I think it's something that we're getting beat on in the past, and I think it's a great idea.
Yes, I do
I think
too.
our story's not getting told. I think it's getting told for us a lot of times.
But I will have a
All-
job
all
description
for it.
for the people that applies for this. I just haven't had time to make it yet.
But for this amount of stipend, we're not gonna get world class, but
Well,
it's gonna be a step forward.
yeah.
And have it somebody's responsibility. So moved.
Second.
Yeah.
Brandon made a motion to approve the $3,000 communication and branding coordinator to be added to our district stipend effective for the 26-27 school year. Megan seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 7-0. Our 24-25 audit review.
All right, I'm gonna let Consuela kind of help me with this here, because I always say the wrong words, because I will say, if you haven't gotten your audit, you should have gotten it in the mail. I know we got ours today, and you may have gotten it, and I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. I got the first 2 pages, and I read it, and I thought, what have we done? And then I read through the whole audit book, and at the very last 2 pages, it says there's absolutely no findings, and I'm like, can we not just put that on the front end? That way I don't have to panic about stuff. But, you know, we didn't have any findings. You know, we did go back a couple months ago or a month ago that we revoted, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Retroactively approved.
Approved things.
Cookies.
But I was really pleased, and I
It
don't know,
was.
Ms. Consuela, if you want to talk to anything about it.
Just thank everyone for the hard work and the sacrifice. You know, I know they hate seeing me coming, but, you know, I don't know. No one wants to hear no, but we just wanna make sure that we are being fiscally responsible with taxpayer dollars. And that has shown, and I'm very, very proud of our district, this year, and last year with no findings. I just thank everybody.
Thank
I want to commend you
Thank
for
you,
the,
ma'am.
the systems that you and
And
BJ have put into place, because those are very important, and a lot of people may not like the process or or what are doing it, but those things are very important to have in place, because they allow you to go back, answer those questions, make those audits a smooth process, and you're showing your work of why you did it. Here's what it is.
And we wanna be able to, with our staff saying, hey, now, these last 3 years have been very hard and difficult, and your hard work has not gone unnoticed. So the goal is to, you know, say, hey, here's some token of appreciation for all that you do, and I know Coach Ring at some point will, you know, address this, but this helps us get to where we need to be, and be healthy and continue to stay in the black, you know.
And sometimes that takes
I
discipline.
just really thank you guys for being patient with me, because it's been a learning curve for all of us, and Mrs. Sowers and Mrs. August and Dr. Bratton. We're all new.
We were.
All new, so, you know, just looking at it, and then, you know, saying no, and not really even understanding the reason behind the no, but to say, hey, here you go, this is what, it made it all worth it.
Right.
So I really thank you guys for, standing by me and trusting the process, you know, and it's getting better,
Yeah.
so I do appreciate it.
We knew it was in good hands.
Thank you, Ms. Coleman. Anybody got any other questions on the audit review? If not, I'll make a motion we accept.
I will second the motion.
All right, I made a motion to approve the 24-25 school year audit review as presented. Ms. Sherry seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries 7-0. CD renewals.
We've talked about this a couple of different times, so I'm gonna recommend that we approve renewing our 2 CDs we currently have with the Bank of England. One of them is $185,355, and it has 2.8% interest. And the other one is $158,607, and it has 3.7% interest. When Ms. Consuelo spoke with Ms. Judy, we could put them both together, but we would lose interest. Their interest rate would drop down to 2.8%. So we, talking to her, we all kind of feel like it'd just be best to leave them both as they are and just let them start back over.
Why can't we get 3.7 on both of them?
Because they go with the lowest one.
Can we get 3.7 on with the other one at another bank?
Not gonna say we're not looking at that.
I mean, that's a whole like 0.9%.
And there's gonna be something in a non-action item too that she's gonna bring up that will go towards some of the stuff you're talking about too.
Motion. Second.
And Adam made a motion to approve the renewals of both CDs with the Bank of England in the amount of $185,355 and $158,607 as presented. Whitney seconded that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries 7-0. Now we'll move into non-action items.
Alright, the only one we got here, and I'm gonna let Ms. Consuelo talk, because she's the one that deals with this on a day-to-day basis, but obviously you guys know Huntington and Cadence is now going to Huntington, and we have a sweep account. And, we talked about us all being new, and I think even the first time we did payroll when you took over, our sweep account, it sweeps 3 times a day or 2 times a day? So it sweeps, so if it's cleared once, it's cleared, and then if you do it again in the middle, it's cleared, but if you do it again after a certain period of time, it's not gonna clear to the next day. So, you tell me if I'm wrong and step in here. So it's my understanding that with Huntington coming in, we can still have a sweep account, but we're gonna have to have 2 separate accounts with them now to keep the sweep account. The sweep account brings more interest, but it also brings headaches. And I know most of the schools around here that use Cadence don't have sweep accounts, period, because of the issues that it brings. So, I know there was a letter in there in your packet that kind of states this, but Ms. Consuelo, if you can just kind of give them the with it.
With the sweep account, if you were to look at our bank statement, it would show an ending balance of $130,000. Well, that is the minimum that you are required to have in our account, at all times. Well, with that being said, with the sweep account, there's still that window, there's a small window where your money is not protected. So, we're receiving a 2.5% on it, but our ending balance is on the very last page, of our bank statement. So if you would just come and say, hey, I would like to look at the bank statement, and you would see the ending balance on that first sheet, and be like, hey, what is this?
Believe me, I did the first time I saw it.
Yeah, and he's like, what is this? Trying to understand it, but you want your money secured at all times. So with the sweep account, it's not, that's why your interest is a little bit more.
Because you're taking the risk.
Yes, because you're taking that risk. But if we do that, they will make us open up a separate account. And with the headaches that we've had, with Cadence, it's just not worth it. So I've spoken with, Coach Green about us possibly, looking at shopping around.
So before we make any moves on it, we'll get it approved through you guys.
Yes.
I just kind of wanted you to kind of hear what we're dealing with right now, and also the fact that we may do some RFPs to try to see if there's any other banks that we can get that higher interest rate on what we've got.
So switching from just thinking about logistics of it and timing of it probably may not be like.
No, we're not doing it right now.
No. But I'm just saying, even like payroll, because I know that was the biggest
Yeah,
fuss for a
that
little
one
bit.
year, yeah.
But I mean, there
Well,
is
that's because you have the sweep account and
Sweep
at 6
account.
o'clock.
right. Just the logistics from making that switch, because there is a summer payroll, is there not, or is it coming June?
So there's.
I'm just thinking of the timing
pay
of when.
two in June, or
Okay.
in May, excuse me, in June, we pay 2 paychecks.
Okay, so the ideal timing of that would be like a July switchover or whatever it is.
Yeah, it would be July, because we paid 2 payrolls in May.
I do one payroll in May and I do two in
Oh, in June and July, that's right.
No, that's what I'm getting at, is the timing of that switch
So once
in,
June is over, it would
conjunction
be
with
better
payroll.
in what you're talking about.
yeah,
And
okay.
that's a process because we also not only have to have you approve it, we would have to also send it, to state board.
Yeah, I just, the timing of that in conjunction with
But
that.
before we do anything, we'll bring it to you guys for approval and let you know what's going on.
Now, we only have till,
June 22nd,
yes,
yeah.
so that's just a little bit, or we can still, we'll still keep the count, but just close the sweep account. And we will still occur interest, make interest.
So is it no matter what we do, like if we close that sweep account, we have to put out an RFP for a new
No,
bank account?
we can close that and stay with Huntington Cadence.
Yeah,
But if we decide to try to do a different bank, we would have to put out an RFP.
okay, so that's where the decision is
Yeah.
what can Huntington do
Yeah.
for us versus what we might wanna shop around? Okay.
No, I would never do that to myself.
That's all we have.
Kind of looking.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, okay, go ahead. No.